A Fox 2 follow-up now on an Amazon worker who was killed when a tornado hit the Amazon facility in Edwardsville.
His family filed a lawsuit today. Fox 2's Kelly Hoskins is live with more on the family's accusations against the company. Kelly?
Well, Mandy and Vic, that tragedy all unfolded at that Amazon facility right here behind me. Now, the lawsuit takes aim at Amazon, the company that built the warehouse, and the developer.
The family of 26-year-old Austin McEwen filed a wrongful death lawsuit today against Amazon and the two companies, Contegra Construction Company and TriStar Properties, claiming they were negligent leading up to the deadly warehouse collapse last month. McEwen was one of 6 workers killed December the 10th when a tornado hit the Amazon distribution center. The lawsuit accuses the companies of not building the 4-year-old warehouse up to code and not including a basement.
They allege that this building was built to code. We do not know affirmatively if that was true, but regardless of such, we certainly know in different areas of the country, certain areas can be prone to severe inclement weather. Amazon has taken the position that those that survived were sheltering, and there's a significant difference between sheltering and being given a proper storm shelter. For those that fortunately did survive this horrible tragedy, they happen to be on the north end of the building. There's no evidence whatsoever that this building had an appropriate basement shelter or storm shelter. And unfortunately, Austin McEwen and 5 others were on the south side of the building, sheltered at the direction of Amazon in a bathroom. And all this could have been avoided had Amazon taken these possible tornado warnings with sincerity throughout the day as the warnings intensified. These workers should have never been at this fulfillment center.
We spent the past month reading countless articles on how Amazon knew a tornado was coming, but made the decision to have our son and others work during a peak delivery season for Amazon instead of evacuating the area with no storm shelter in place.
In an afternoon virtual news conference, Clifford Law Office, who filed the lawsuit on behalf of the family, also accused Amazon of not taking further precautions before severe weather, including training employees on what to do in an emergency and having an alarm warning system in place.
It had been well known as early as almost 4 a.m. on December 9th, 2021, that southwestern Illinois, which would of course include Edwardsville, was at risk of severe inclement weathers. As early as December 9th, tornadoes were noted to be possible, and that Amazon did nothing to warn these employees. And then there's further evidence in this case through a BBC article that it was in fact Amazon management that directed Austin and 5 other people to shelter in a bathroom when Amazon, through its own training, should know that that's not a proper shelter.
McEwen did not work for Amazon, but was a contracted delivery driver who worked with the company to make deliveries from the warehouse in Edwardsville. Amazon said the lawsuit misunderstands key facts about differences of severe weather and tornado alerts and said the building met all codes. Amazon, by statement, said, "We believe our team did the right thing as soon as the warning was issued, and they worked to move people to safety as quickly as possible." Amazon said their focus is supporting employers and families who lost loved ones.
We looked forward to seeing him get married, have children of his own, and celebrate life's milestones in the years to come. This was all taken from us. We hope, along with the other families who lost loved ones, to get the answers we deserve.
Now, we also reached out to Contegra and TriStar for a statement in regards to the lawsuit. We have yet to hear back. Now, meanwhile, OSHA has opened up an investigation into the tragedy, and it could take up to 6 months. Reporting live from Edwardsville, Kelly Hoskins, Fox 2 News.